everyone, welcome to Sisterhood, your weekly magazine show coming to you from beautiful Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us as we come together weekly to bring you some inspiration, information, and insights.
Yes, the intention of Sisterhood is to create a safe place where we can share, learn, and explore some of the unique issues women face in the Caribbean.
Nice.
In the sisterhood, our aim is to learn from each other's experiences and encourage communicating, collaborating, educating, and celebrating each other.
Yes.
Today we have the distinct pleasure of welcoming Elizabeth Montano to the Sisterhood set. She is Lady Montano, the mother of Marshall Montano, the king of this soca kingdom. Marshall has transformed every aspect of our soca into the music of Trinidad and Tobago with this powerful lady at his side. Soca is now reaching the world. He has set the soca super bar very high for others to follow.
Thank you so much, Penny. I want to congratulate you ladies on creating the Sisterhood show. I think your topics are very relevant and important for us to start conversations on.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much as well for joining us in the Sisterhood this week. We also have in today's show Self-Centered, our health, beauty, and fitness segment. And our main topic this week is the children and our future. Many of the problems we face as a nation can be linked to parenting or lack of parenting. How we treat with our children determines the kind of society we have now and in the future. So today, we will be examining all of this and more when the Sisterhood returns.
Come back. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thanks very much for staying with us. You want to eat a little popcorn, or you pop your popcorn and you sit down with a bowl. Saturday nights, Tuesday mornings. That's lovely for that kind of thing. Anyway, we like to thank all our new fans who have signed up for the Sisterhood on Facebook at the Sisterhood TT. Please encourage at least 2 other friends to join the Sisterhood. We can only build strength by numbers.
Yeah, so true. Well, let's jump into our first segment in the Sisterhood called So I Was Minding My Own Business When. And you fill in the rest.
Right. So Atalia, you're going first.
Yeah.
Well, see, what had happened was I was minding my own business when I got a message to be the face of Seychelles Fashion Week.
Who's?
Seychelles in
Seychelles.
Africa.
Serious?
Yes, so it's their first fashion week.
Black is beautiful.
Yes. So I'm actually assisting now with the team and putting things together. So I'm really, really, really super happy.
Yeah, we can all go. Let's all go to Africa.
Wakanda forever.
Fantastic. You were amazing at the band launch. I tried.
Oh, thank you.
Talking about Tribe, lady.
Yeah.
Tell us what you were
I
minding
was
your
minding
business.
my own business at Tribe when this young fella came up and said to me, "Oh gosh, lady, you're looking young, boy. Like 10 years ago." And I feel good. But he kept telling me that for the whole night. I couldn't even listen to the show, but still I take it as a
Hello,
compliment.
of course.
What they say, yes. So is.
He rinse out your
Yeah,
ass.
boy.
Real so funny.
Good lucky your cougar didn't come out. Daniela.
Oh gosh, well mine a little different. So I went to eat in this restaurant in Shagona, it's a new restaurant. And the waitress there, she was being amazing. Good service. Homegirl smiling, asking actually without us calling her, she's coming across, checking if everything
Yes,
okay.
I
So
like
I
them.
saying, yeah, you're going to get a good tip, girl.
Yeah.
So just general conversation. I hear a little accent coming on. I say, oh gosh, that is why the service was good. She's
was not Trini.
Trini.
Was
And
not
it
Trini.
just broke my heart.
Yeah.
Why our service can't be
Yeah.
a little better? So people trend,
Step
improve
up your
the
game.
service a little bit now.
Exactly.
People come and
Yes,
taking all
people
their
will be
jobs.
impressed. You might get a bigger tip.
Exactly.
Mind your business.
We'll
Mind your
get a bigger
business.
tip. Okay, so ladies,
Yes,
my
yes.
turn, my turn.
Yes, yes.
I was minding my own business when, well, I have to set it up.
Right.
Last week we did a topic on relationships
Right.
and friends and do we really stay in touch and how well do we know our friends?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about all these friends that I've had in years gone by and I don't know where they are, what they're doing. And then I was joined a Facebook, a WhatsApp group class of
1992.
yes, that's
92.
the year that I graduated. And they formed, two girls came together and thought we have to give back to our school.
Oh,
we have to
that's
give back
lovely.
to,
Nice.
St. Joseph Convent, Port of Spain, where we all went to school, and they formed a group. And now I'm getting in touch with all these people I haven't seen in
Yes.
lots of years.
Right.
And it's wonderful. We plan to get together sometime soon.
That
But
would be
it's a
nice.
group really to help the school for us to come together and do
Right.
fundraising and stuff.
Nice.
So
And
it was good. It was
they
good.
call you for fundraising?
Yeah, no, but I normally am a host, Penny.
Right.
You know how much
All of
fundraisers
you.
I host?
Right.
I know the life of the party.
I am the hostess for
yeah.
fundraisers.
Well, I was minding my own business talking about school, and a school called me, a secondary school called me, and they wanted to talk about the different types of parenting style out there. And they wanted me to do some drama so they could, while they have all their parents there, they're addressing the parents for the intake of the next school term, they want to have a dramatic presentation to show these parents the different styles of parenting and which parenting style works better than the other.
Like
And I say, this is fabulous.
That is fabulous,
And I thought that this is
Penny.
a good thing for the Ministry of Education to do.
Say that.
Yes, help the parents before even the children come into school to guide the parents how the best way to
That
teach your
is
children
fantastic.
with good results. So
And then also in this day and age, I think we have to be open because a lot of the time you have, your mother and father, but not all families
Yeah,
are the same kind of
exactly.
parents.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
have to be a little more
Yeah.
understanding in this day and age.
yeah. So
And we
it
really
was
have
good.
to look
That's
into the
wonderful.
really younger parents who still.
Yeah, there are a lot of young
Yeah,
parents out there.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it so happened, that is
Yeah.
what this show is about,
Yeah.
parenting. So, all you look out and listen.
Yes, these were fabulous stories, ladies,
Yes.
but we have to stop here and
Yes.
continue with the show.
Yes.
Right?
We'll be right back. Yes, but when we return, we are going to plunge into today's main topic, the children and our future. We will be right back. Welcome back. Today's topic, the children and our future. Our children are our most precious resource. We are leaving the future of Trinidad and Tobago into the hands of our children. If we don't demonstrate the love and the care we want our children to handle this land with, they will have no examples to follow. How Trinbagonians show their love, pride for our country, and passion for life must be demonstrated every day. Politicians, parents, teachers, and all the elders have the responsibility to show our children how to be respectful, how to handle disagreements, how to care for the weak, and how to stand together as the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
That
That is
You know,
so
we have a
true.
responsibility.
Yeah, not showing cups in parliament and all this stuff, and meet me outside. I mean, those are things that you would
The
actually
examples.
hear. Yeah, because you hear children sometimes I meet you after school, and
Yeah.
that is what
Yeah.
happens. So I think that needs to really.
So then when we say that the problems are the youth, the problem is not the youth, the problem
The examples
yes,
they're giving the youth.
elders now, a generation.
And one thing I think most parents must be aware of, they are raising adults. Think
Yes.
about, I am raising somebody's husband, I am raising somebody's wife,
Yeah.
I am raising somebody,
citizen.
a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what I'm raising as
care
well.
and respect.
You know?
Yes.
But we,
What I think is it starts in the home,
For
and the
sure.
parent has to teach their children core values.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I think when those values are taught, they will learn how to respect, how to love, how to care, how to love their country, and
Yeah.
how to love one another.
And it must start with the parents.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah, because a parent can't teach a child something that they don't understand.
So
You know, they must understand respect and love for your country and, you know.
and simple things. I mean, I'm in working and I have my little camp going on. And children, some children, you give them the paint and they take it, and another time say, thank you, auntie.
Yes.
And correct the other child, say thank you.
Yeah.
And I was like, very good.
That's
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
could tell
I love
which
that.
one,
And
has
when you look
learning
outside
these
the home,
things.
when you go into the school, teachers, people that choose these professions need to be more aware of the impact that they have on children. You have to conduct yourself a certain way. That's just the idea.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
And so many parents are dealing with life as it is and doing the best they could do. Sometimes they're not really prepared to be parents because they are children themselves. How about that?
Yeah.
So with so much to learn and figure out for their own life, far more raising children.
I mean, that example is me, because I had my son very young. I'm a very young grandmother. But as a teenager, you cannot be a parent. I mean, I could tell this story to people. When I was 16 and pregnant, I didn't know jack about raising a child. And raising a child is not about feeding it milk and buying food. And because at 16, I think that's all you could do.
Yeah.
And I will tap them when they cry and put them
Yeah.
down when they sleep in. Not at all. You know, I'm talking about the education, what you want, have a vision for your child, you know. And at 16 is I don't know how some children could be parents. Children cannot be parents. People used to look at me in the road and say, oh gosh, who do you that? You know, I used to be, because at 16, look at how I'm looking now. So at 16, I was looking like 12.
Yes.
You know, so, there was a horror story, and I still don't agree. Children cannot make children. It doesn't work. It
I
cannot
think
work.
no matter what age, having a child is something you can read all the books, but only when you have the children and you have to go through the experiences, because every child is different, every personality is different. You know, it's only by doing it I think we all learn
brought that
how
up.
to be
Yeah.
parents.
You brought that up and something hit me, but I don't want to touch on the topic because it's religious, and so I want to jump from that. But it stems to show that children really, as you say, and you made the point so many times, they really cannot be parents, so they cannot be in relationships and married.
And examples,
Yeah.
you know.
But Penny,
Makes
just
sense.
one thing I have to ask: did the village help with our child's upbringing, like your mother?
Yes, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
thank God. I mean, thank
Thank
God.
God for that.
As a young mother, my mother was there. And you're talking about mother and children and parents, that relationship. But I thank God that my mother was there with even what little knowledge she had as a parent. Because now I was a child, and a 16-year-old child, and my mother had two children, kind of.
Yeah.
Because she had like her daughter and her grandson.
To take
So
care
I
of
had my brothers, my family were there, you know. They were very supportive. So thank God for that. But I have a lot of young girls now. They don't have
They
that
don't
kind of
have the
support.
support, eh?
Because that was the important thing, you know, the extended family.
Of course.
Yes.
When you grew up, like I grew up in a home with my mother and my grandmother.
same
And I
here.
think the grandmother is an important
Of course.
aspect.
Very
But
important.
one of the things that we should teach young people who are having children, and even us, that we have to be aware of ourselves. When you're aware, must be aware of what is my worldview, how do I think about myself, how do I see myself, because you have to remember when you have children are looking at what the parents
Of course, right.
So this is something that we have to teach.
Of
So that
course.
even if you are young, you would have learned this, so that you'll know how to deal with your
But we have seen that so often.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
so often.
We see it so often in the news, the horror stories of abuse that our children face because their parent or their guardian cannot at all deal with some of the basic needs of the child.
Yeah. Exactly. And this happens with I suppose in some areas in Trinidad, I don't want to go and label any areas. I mean, you're living in some areas where they can't get water, they can't get jobs, they can't
That's
get
exactly
security,
it.
and a sort of frustration comes out,
Exactly.
and somehow the children end up being the brunt
Yes.
of the frustration. You know.
But I remember, Penny, when I was growing up, my mother couldn't provide the
That's
biggest
it.
set of things. My mother worked for $5 a day to mind 2 children and her mother. But we were satisfied because we learned to, you know, eat little and live long.
Yes.
So that our needs were not beyond our
That is
reach.
exactly what I was going to say. That it seemed that some parents, I mean, I see this child that grew up to get all kind of big awards. He's going UE from the beta, this young boy.
Yeah.
And Karimani was
I
even
know
saying
her.
that sometimes his mother fed him sugar water because she didn't have anything.
Of course.
But yet, even so, it's not only about the food and those necessities, but she
Right.
gave him ambition, love,
Yes,
Values,
exactly.
drive, and
values.
values.
And that's what I'm saying. At 16,
Yeah.
a 16-year-old,
Yeah.
I don't know if they understand those
Yes,
things.
exactly.
Yeah, but
You know, that's why I think a
obviously-
parent, a
Yeah.
16-year-old parent, is sort of oxymoron.
It's true. So definitely, and children today are growing up so much faster. I think we said it here once before too. They are coming out of the womb knowing how to use a smartphone. So much of their basic communication skills are being done on social media. So is there a positive side, or are we just being older folks who just don't understand?
Social
That's the
media.
Social
Yeah.
media.
Huh.
I can't see the positivity of social media for children under 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
social media should be handled with an age kind of
Yes. My sister
think-
did.
And I'm talking about, I'm not talking, sorry, about Google, I'm not talking about YouTube,
You're
I'm
not
not
talking
talking about
about
children, no,
Facebook,
I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram,
Yes.
those things where predators lie.
So YouTube is not social media. You
No.
wouldn't consider
It's
that.
a
Yes,
form
it is.
of, but
I
it's
don't
not
know.
really because you could message in Google.
Well,
now.
see, I old, talking
But
about old
listen,
folks,
I am 67.
looking
but I
good.
follow.
You look like
You
57.
see what the fella tell me in Friday? But I follow all my 6 grandchildren.
That's right.
I know what they're saying, I know what they're doing.
Exactly.
And as soon as they say something, I let them know.
Yeah.
So they know that I am there. So I think everything is about control.
That's right.
You know, and the
What
parents,
you do and
because-
how you do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, I tell you, my sister Diana, my niece, when she recognized a boy talking to my niece, she took her off of Facebook. You cannot go. She
No,
deleted
but
it. She
why
said-
are children attracted
You
to
have to
Facebook
check
and
it.
why you think
It's a
children are
trendy
attracted
thing. It's
to
a trendy
Facebook
thing, and
and
then all their
Instagram?
friends.
Honest,
Sometimes in
yes.
school, remember, certain parents will not set limitations.
Yeah.
And then your child coming home and saying, "But mommy, everybody want this. How come I can't do this?"
My daughter is 9
Yeah.
and she wants a phone. I'm
Imagine
like, no,
9
when you
years
go
old.
secondary school, she said, but this one have a phone, that one have a phone, that one have a phone. So
Yeah.
peer pressure is a lot.
No, I always tell my children, be leaders,
Yes.
follow.
never
You know,
follower.
one of the major problems we face today is crime, and that definitely has to do with the many neglected boys in our society. Boys who have fallen into the wrong hands, and so many not living past their 20s. How have we let them down, and how can we not make that mistake again?
Well, what I have
No.
to say on that, because I mean that is a real ticklish one. A lot
Yes.
of, but you say a lot of them not making the 20s, and that is true. We talk about not just the area, we talk about the classism and all this stuff happening, and a lot of them feel like, well, you know what, I'm from, let's say, this area, I cannot be this person.
More
I cannot
than-
be that.
Yes.
So I think this is where they lead to the gang violence and the
Right.
warfares, and some of them lost their fathers. Like the other time I'm passing in front of the jail, and passing in front there, you just seeing women standing waiting to go into
To
the
see
jail.
some.
Yeah.
Somehow-
And that to me, it
We
broke
have
my
to
heart.
teach them, you know, parents have to pay attention and say, your situation
Yes.
does not define your outcome.
Of course. Of
And it's
course.
hard to make that point.
Point,
But you have to go above and beyond with your children and give the extra.
It's all about love. It's all about the love.
But it's years ago now
Build
in
their
Trinidad
confidence.
that certain people I know who work in NGOs and
Yes.
about 15 years ago said that there's a bunch of young boys, young people growing up out there without parents.
Yeah.
And they're so
Yes.
talented.
Because so many parents were in
Yeah.
jail,
Oh.
so many
Yeah.
parents
Shot,
were dead and
the
shot.
gang died by
So
gang
there's so
violence.
many
Yeah.
young people.
That's why
growing
it
up.
was so special the other day when a boy came first in the SCA
Oh, gosh,
SCA results the other some weeks ago.
Yes.
You know, because boys have always been at the background in the placement
Achievement,
of
yes,
the academics. So that was real good thing that a boy came first in the SCA, yeah. So we really have to pay attention to our boys. You know, a lot of parents think that the girls and protect the girls, but boys right now need a firm hand.
I
So
agree.
You know?
we'll talk more about all those, all the things we can do about that. But as parents, we love our children. We love them.
Most
I love
people.
them. Yeah, I say hello. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But there are some children who have challenged the best of parents.
Yep.
How do we deal with these difficult children? Children who cannot find their way.
You know, we have to observe our children because sometimes we brand the children as being difficult, but this is without knowing sometimes what maybe we are doing that is affecting the child, or simple things as the child goes to school and cannot see, and as a result cannot perform, and then he feels that he has to be a bully or he has to So therefore we have to look and investigate what are some of these things that
And
cause our children to
We
be.
do, and you know what the thing about when I was younger, they had no names. You're stupid, you're dotish, you're duncy head. All now is ADH, and we have all kind of different name and autistic, and we have. So I think you know all these dyslexic children are going through a lot of things long ago, and we had we had no knowledge of understanding
Exactly.
of why the
And we
children were
branded
reacting,
them.
and we branded them with negative names, and,
Yeah.
and when your parent and the teacher say negative name, what do you leave for the children in the class?
And you know what is so interesting? It's so many parents are now finding out they have these things because their children in education now important that you get tested.
Yes.
And now the parents are realizing, oh my gosh, all those years ago I had
Yes,
dyslexia
I-
and autism.
Yeah.
You know, that's a positive thing, like social
is.
media.
Yeah.
That is what's helping out a little bit there.
But adults,
Yeah,
not
but
12-year-olds.
true.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
the
yeah.
12-year-olds.
Information.
Yeah.
We
But
get
the
information.
parents.
But
actually
anyway,
learning
ladies.
more. Yes.
Oh, we've been,
Oh, gosh.
it's been extremely great conversation. We've been conversating. I'm sure people out there could identify with a couple of things that we both said here. But let us get to the pulse of our people, a segment where we speak to the people on the streets and get their thoughts and opinions.
Important.
Yes.
They're not doing enough for the poor children, the poor ones. They start from the heads. The heads have to start it and show the standard for the children, how to do the right thing, and they'll learn from there. Those young girls not ready for children at all. They are children themselves, so how they can have children? So they're not ready.
Well, most mothers out here now is teenagers. Yes, and they need training and they need more education on taking care of the children. Well, I just always say you make the child, but you don't make the mind unless you bring up the child in the right way. So once you bring up the child in the right way, that child should grow up the way it is at this time.
I think on two fronts. One, the young people that having children, they're children of themselves, so they don't have the guidance and the knowledge in order to raise children. Secondly, I think the elders now, they are not reflecting the type of qualities that children could adapt. And society as a whole, I don't think much resources invested into programs to help educate and develop them. I think your fathers take more responsibility in being there and nurturing and help, in the guidance. It may sway some of them to go to the straight and narrow path. The other part, too, I believe that the spiritual level will decline in a big way throughout the world after it. Yes, and that also has a lot to do why they act out in the way they do, Basically, I think that's it.
Okay, actually, and with me thinking about the whole situation and being in certain situation myself, mostly as a single parent, I think we could do a lot better because of the fact that both parents most of the time is working, sometimes children with grandparents, etc. And the real parenting that's supposed to be taking place, I think enough is not being done. Cost of living is so high as well, so if one parent working, it's kind of tough on the other one, and then we have broken homes where single parents and that kind of thing. So it's really a tough situation, and the youths now is different to the long-time youths. They're not as contented as we would have been, because I know if we have either sugar water, we drink that and we cool ourselves with that. But they have to find everything for them, or most of the thing, which if they see other children, or it's peer pressure on them and that kind of thing as well. So it's a lot to take into consideration when really talking about a topic like this one, right?
Wow, some good responses there. People thinking. And they're sharing some of the same opinions, some of the things that we're saying, and some of the thoughts we're
Parenting
thinking.
is definitely a very important topic. in
Conversation to be had.
conversation.
Yes, and we have solutions coming up so just stick around.
All right. Well, really great discussion, ladies. However, we have to go to a commercial break. When we return, we will explore some of the ways we can help the children and our future.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
You're viewing Sisterhood, a weekly show where we address some of the issues facing not only women, but everyone in our country.
Yes.
Today's topic is the children and our future.
By parenting effectively, you are not only ensuring your child becomes the best person they can be, but also it is a gift that keeps on giving. When children are effectively parented, they feel better about themselves and their abilities. They enter school excited and ready to learn. Most importantly, they learn how to love and respect each other, including you.
Yes, you have to be a good role model.
Yeah.
Children learn a great deal about how to act by watching their parents. This is exactly what lady was talking about
Yeah.
before. So children see their parents as being supremely intelligent and powerful. Basically incapable of making bad decisions. So you have to do your best to live up to this idealized image.
And parents, what the parents must know, let their children see them making mistakes, but also let them see how they deal with mistakes.
It's not what happens to you, but how you deal with it.
Exactly.
And before you lash out or blow your top in front of your child, think about the example you're setting.
What they will do when they get vexed. Blow the top and
with
lash
their
out.
friends at school. Embody the traits you wish to cultivate in your child. Respect, friendliness, honesty, kindness, tolerance. And, there are many more
Yes.
core values we
Core
can speak
values,
about.
Yeah.
And you teach this from earlier, the foundation years. Don't wait until your children are teenagers. From the first 7 years, that's when it's...
I was teaching a camp today,
Yeah.
in Diego Martin, and I was telling them the same thing. See, from the time you're 1 till about 7 is the foundation. You're building a foundation for yourself. You are responsible.
Yes.
If a strong hurricane come, your foundation will not fall because you're building your foundation and some of these core
And
values.
if the parents may not be able, that's why we have teachers and schools and camps
Yes,
where
yes.
the children can come and learn
Yes.
and get love and
Yes.
respect. And maybe we all have to teach these values, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to do things for other people without expecting a reward. And that's a very good
Yeah.
example.
Of course,
to set
of
kindness.
course.
Above all, treat your children the way you expect other people to treat you.
Yeah. I hate when parents do, so what your uncle give you? You ain't get nothing? That is so annoying with parents. You don't need anything. All people need is good love, good positive vibes, you know?
You know, and as Cecilia was saying, children also look for role models at
Right.
school, among their friends, and in the media. Just as you have role models in the home.
Of course.
Some of these things you can control, others you cannot. Know that. Although your child may have multiple role models, you have a unique privilege that in that you are a near constant presence in his or her life. So therefore, you have to make sure that you are a good role model as the parent.
Yeah, you can't be blaming and saying,
And it is
"Oh,
a
they learned that
privilege.
in school."
It is a privilege to be a parent. Treat your children like that.
Yeah, very true.
You know?
Make time for your children. When you have a child, the most important duty you have is ensuring his or her physical well-being, feeding, clothing, and housing them well. This and countless other responsibilities require you to spend time working so that you are able to provide for your child. However, once these necessities are assured, it's very important to invest your remaining time in your children themselves. You have to give time to your children. Never lose sight of the fact that in the balancing act between your family and work, your family should always, no matter what, come
Always.
first.
Always.
When you spend quality time with your child, show them they're important by being fully present in the moment. Don't give them the halfway treatment. You know, we always tend to shrug them off. Sometimes you have a hard day at work and you just don't take the time to talk to your children. And that's so sad. Put your phone on silent and turn off other screens such as TV and computer. Give your child your full attention.
Of course.
Give
of
them your
course.
full attention.
I see my sisters do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, you have to make rules in your house like that.
Yes,
You know,
it's
say
family time.
between
family
6
night
and 8, no cell phones,
Yeah.
no
What
tablets,
about
no
the
nothing.
storytelling? I
Yes.
remember
Yes,
my
we
grandmother
used to
and
love
spending
that.
money about the Dwayne and the...
And that's why we have a wonderful book called Tales of the Forest. No, but what that book has though is, because not all the parents could read right now. They don't have the time to
Right.
read a story. You know, my stories are long. So what they have to do, push in the CD, leave the children with some
look at that.
popcorn, they're just listening to the storytelling. Listening.
like
You know, so they could listen to a storyteller.
Enjoy it.
That's the kind of things they could find things to do with the kids instead of always the tablet and the
Always
phone
the
and
tablet and the
Yeah,
phone and
yeah.
running off to see a movie.
Right, look for other ways to connect with your child as well. For example, put a note or something special in their lunchbox, for instance. Little
That.
things like that.
Of
You know,
course.
they open it and they look forward to that.
Of course,
and then
of
they feel
course.
close to you.
Of
Like
course.
growing up, I was so close to my parents, and my friends never had that kind of relationship. They'd be like, "You really telling your mother that?"
And the thing about it, you know what? One thing though, a lot of children and
Great.
parents think, "Well, I can't afford to do them thing. Put in a note in a lunch cut of your child."
Priceless.
But
No,
big
you don't know money.
Big woman like my friend Jen, her mom up till this day still always leaves something positive on the fridge when she walks out, and automatic.
These little things
Yeah.
help
Sweet.
people.
Always
I
there.
love
Right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
and
keep
now
that.
their relationship
I can't
is
say I will do that.
impeccable. They travel in the world.
Your grandchildren.
I'm
My
sure they,
grandchildren big too.
Oh,
Sure.
you're great. Okay, let's go ahead.
Your children should obey you. However, you can't expect them to do everything you demand simply because you, as the parent, say so.
I say so, you know. I say so, so you
Yeah,
better
I
do
bring
so.
you in the world, I could take you out.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get plenty of that. Children want and deserve explanations as much as adults do. Parents who attempt to calmly reason with their children give them a chance to see why certain rules and restrictions are good for them.
Yes.
And
What
that
we have
I
to do, yeah.
love.
What we have to do is we have to allow children to express themselves because they have opinions and they have ideas, and I think they will respect you when you give them that opportunity.
When I was doing the research with the different parenting style, and there were three that we came up with: authoritarian parent, who is do as I say,
not as
do
yes,
as
not
I
as
say.
do.
I don't want to hear. If I say go and do your work, do it. And then there's the permissive parent.
Or lazy
What you
face.
want? You want to do your work? Okay, whenever you're ready, you could do it. And then there's the authoritative parent, which is the parent will be able to balance the both, being authoritative and you have to do your
Democratic.
homework by a certain time. I'm giving you to choose it.
That's
You
that's
know,
what I
you
believe.
have between 5 and
That's the best
7.
Choose
Make
your
sure it's
own.
done. You choose whatever you want
I
to
read
do.
that some
Right,
time
yeah.
ago.
Well,
So
I
that's-
had my children live by a timetable.
Nice.
Great.
You had time for your chores, time for your homework,
Right, good.
time for your band.
Remember, people, you all are raising adults.
Exactly. So even with clothes, you give them a choice. You don't just say pick anything you want. You put two things and you say, well, pick one of these.
Yeah.
That way you won't have a tantrum.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
you are still
And
controlling.
it's good for their
yourself.
creativity.
Cecilia, it's good to hear you say that, Sal.
No, and this is why you have to make your expectations clear. If there is a problem, describe it to your child. Express your feelings about it and invite your child to discuss solutions with you. Be sure your child understands the consequences of his or her actions. Even in the best cases, from the time to time, your child will flat out disagree with you about certain rules and decisions. Don't back down. You have an obligation to explain and discuss your rules, but not submit. When talking with your child, get down on their eye level. You know, have a one-on-one. You sit
Yes.
down, you said, let's have a seat.
Yes.
This shows them that you respect them as well, which supports their respect for you.
Be willing to be flexible, parents. Remember, you're raising an adult. Sorry, I always have to keep reminding.
Because
that.
well, we have to face it that we are all imperfect parents. I think
Yeah.
we only learn by doing.
I ain't reached there yet,
Yeah.
but I
No.
We all have strengths and weaknesses as family leaders, and this is okay. Rather than agonizing over your shortcomings, recognize your abilities and vow to work on your weaknesses. Like we are all trying to do week by week.
Yes.
Try to have realistic expectations for yourself, your spouse, and your children. You don't always have to have all the answers, you know. Be forgiving of yourself,
Yep.
and your child will learn to forgive too. That's what I
Well,
think.
avoid favoritism. If you have more than one child, as they grow, their needs and abilities will naturally diverge. Older children will be more independent and need less supervision, while younger children will need extra help and supervision. This is natural.
Tell me something, how that happened with you? How many children you have?
I have 2 children.
2 children, 2 boys,
Two
right?
boys,
And
yeah.
one is a pilot and
One
Marshall.
is- yeah.
How that happened with their personality?
Well, I raised them as two individuals.
Right.
Right? So that I never had a favorite child, but I recognized their differences.
Yeah.
So that from very early, as I said, you must observe your child. So from
Right.
very early, I knew what would be Marcus's interest
Yeah.
and what would be Marshall's. And I lived for both my children equally.
Right, good.
And then both of them became very successful
Yeah.
in their individual fields.
Yes. When Marcus fly me the other day, I had to tell him,
Really?
be successful like your brother.
Well, yes, he always saying, oh gosh, my lady, I feel so bad. Everybody come and say, oh gosh, that was a nice landing.
Yes. Yeah, you working good.
But again, you teach your children excellence. Work hard and always do your best and strive
Yeah.
for that best effort.
Yes.
Still, make an effort to spread, you have to make an effort to spread your affection evenly among your children, even if you have 10 children. If you decide you're going to make 10, make sure you can spread it. Even if, for instance, you find that your younger children take up most of your time and attention, try to periodically let your older children know that you love and appreciate them just as much. Make sure that they each get special time with you. Never arbitrarily give one child more gifts or more affection or more punishment, although you might have some might be than another. Children will pick up on your prejudices. So very quickly they will do so, and they may grow to resent you. Or worse, the favorite child. But I wanted to go back a little bit. Another thing we didn't talk about in the very early years at childbirth, the parent or the mother must bond with the child, and I want to say here, breast is best. That's the best way to bond and give that emotional feeling of need for your child.
Do they ever try to see which one should, shower mommy the most between Marshall and Marcus?
What?
Between the two,
They compete for your attention.
Yeah.
Because that happens.
Well, they never had to compete. They never had to compete
Exactly.
because I was always able. I was there with my children through everything.
You found any of them needier than the other?
Well,
Because some children
yes,
are like that.
because Marcus was the first, so that he was always more independent. But remember, from 7, Marshall went into a direction where he needed. But I gave each child, like when Marcus was going to join the Coast Guard to fly, I was there with him through every step, right down to the interview, and I did that for each child.
Effective parenting, I call that.
Effective parenting.
As an effective parent, you are responsible for guiding your child with a loving corrective influence. Just as you are imperfect, so is your child.
Know that.
How you acknowledge this imperfection and express your corrective guidance makes all the difference in the world. When you have to confront your child about a mistake, avoid excessive blaming, criticizing, or fault finding, which undermines self-esteem and can lead to resentment. Children do that very much. Instead, strive to nurture and encourage even when you are disciplining your child. Fantastic.
Remember, we are all fallible.
Of course, you can't beat your child, and they don't understand why they're getting licks. That just happened to me long time. Like,
Really, I can't even imagine beating my children. So I've never
really?
beat them. No,
Really?
I mean, a little tap as they're running past. Don't do that, but
no, but we have to discipline.
can't say the same.
I get licks.
I get my share.
I get my share licks, and I turned out well.
Use every mistake as an opportunity to teach your child something new. Make sure they know that although you want and expect better, your love is available no matter what.
Let them know this.
Yes.
Love is the answer.
love is
Because I know some parents will are beating you because I love you, you know.
My mother used to tell me that all the time.
I like
Oh, God.
I have somebody who says, well, giving you licks in advance.
Yes.
I know you're going to do something
something.
naughty, so let me
You
give
know
you
the
the
look
licks
when
now.
I say, oh gosh, when you get home.
Yeah, you don't have to get
And
licks
you just
sometimes.
waiting.
You just get
My mother
parent
had a
look.
look. A kind of cut eye.
I know I get it like so. I used to be sure that I am home for it.
Encouraging good behavior, set limits, and be consistent with your discipline. Yes, be consistent. Don't back down. Catch your child being good for a change. Parenting isn't just about pointing out the mistakes your child makes. It's just as much about lauding his or her triumphs. And that is so important. A little praise is good sometimes.
Yes.
Build their
Children need
confidence.
it.
building
they look
confidence.
for it.
And they do. They want it so much, eh?
You come home with a report and, yeah, all right.
Oh, you get a B? Oh,
Oh.
really?
Oh.
Why didn't get A?
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're down in the child. Don't do that. Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you react negatively to your child on a given day? For many, it's far too much. Make a point about finding something to praise every day, even something small. With positive reinforcement, you will soon find more of the behavior you would want to see. So,
Definitely.
yeah, keep it
You know,
positive.
child, you kept your uniform clean today. I like that. Little things. They don't know how much that will do for a child's psyche.
Yes,
You know?
and then it's a
Because,
cycle. How you treat them, in
It's
turn, they will treat how they will treat their children.
Yes.
Most of the
Things.
time.
Yeah.
Be generous with rewards and don't spoil your child. Although it's hard sometimes to find that balance. Your love, hugs, and compliments can work wonders and are often reward enough.
That is so, I mean, simple things. You know, my daughter she did good in school, and everybody's asking, how you celebrating, where you going, you're going to do this, I'm going to do that. I said, we had snow cone when we finished around the savannah, and she was so happy. She
And
jumped
that's
and jumped by the savannah.
And then the
Bring
next
them
thing,
home.
parents always overdo it with
happy.
children.
Yeah.
And then sometimes these same parents are losing money and somehow things not as good as it was.
Then the
And
children look out for
Well,
it.
my nephew was the smartest one. He used to say, well, mommy, if I do this, because he know he's going to pass anyway, so he would have called something really expensive and have to get it.
No, well, we don't have to. Not with me or my
But
parenting
that's
style.
really how they
Reward
would,
is not
because they
material
were
reward
would.
is
That's
not
how they made their deal. I was like, oh, you would make a deal with that. You know he gonna pass anyway.
Anyway, there's an old saying that goes, there's only one happiness in life, to be loved and to give love. Children are capable of expressing their affection from a young age.
Yes.
Welcome and cherish this affection. As time goes on and your child grows, however, be sure to let the love between you deepen. Mostly this depends on your being present in your child's life and being emotionally available to them. If you make sure to spend time with your child and communicate openly with them, your child's love for you will naturally mature. They will learn to support you when you are feeling down and to give your love back when you need it. Parenting a child is the most serious investment, people, you'll ever make. It's a very serious investment. But because of your child's ability to love, it's also the most rewarding.
God, I really hope certain people are hearing these words
I know.
tonight. Yeah, we wouldn't call no names,
Yeah.
but anyway. Your words and actions as a parent affects your child's developing self-esteem more than anything else. Praising your child's accomplishments, however small, will make them feel proud. And letting your child do things independently will make them feel capable and strong. By contrast, making belittling comments or comparing your child unfavorably with another will make them feel worthless.
Yes, we love to
Yes.
compare. You saw Miss Gladys' child pass
do
for that school?
see.
Always comparing.
Yeah, so come use your words and actions to teach your child that proper behavior and achievement are sources of good and positive feelings. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah,
We're
we
with
good,
this
yes.
parenting
I hope
topics
people out
for
there
now.
really learn something from this. I mean, a lot of new children going into the secondary school because SCA just finished.
Yes.
So I hope parents use it as a time to change their parenting style
Yes, and
sometimes.
I think over the holidays it's a good time to
Yeah.
spend time with your children and reflect and get ready for the new term that's coming up, right? So thank you, everyone.
And remember, before we go, that love is the most important thing.
And it
Love
costs
your children.
nothing. It's not about finances. Anyway, we're coming
Love,
back.
love, and more.
We
love.
coming back just
Thank
now.
you, everyone. Much more when we return.
Welcome back, everyone. You are viewing Sisterhood, your weekly magazine show. You can find us on Facebook at the Sisterhood TT and Instagram. We are so glad you stayed with us. Thank you.
Besides taking care of each other, let's take care of ourselves with this week's fashion, beauty, and personal wellness segment, Self-Centered.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Self-Centered in the Sisterhood. I am Athalia Samuel, and today I'm at the Queen's Park Savannah to help you whip yourself into shape, all in an effort to get your mind and body in sync. So with that in mind, I have 3 simple exercises you can use to start developing a habit of personal fitness. So let's go. First of all, you always have to remember to warm up. So we're going to do some jogging on the spot. And you could do this at home. You don't need to come in the savannah like me. And from here, of course, if you want to jump ropes. So this is your warm-up session, and you're going to do this for at least 10 minutes. It's weird, it feels weird, but it's good for you. You can get intense by lifting higher. And if you want to get into it, you could just put your foot back. Feet to your butt. So do this for at least 10 minutes and get your blood pumped, get your heart rate up, and that would be great. So, with that, let's get into the routines. So of course, I know a lot of ladies, they are very, I would say, iffy about their tummy area. So we're going to do some planks into, we call it mountain climbers, but we're going to do 2 different types of mountain climbers today. So let's get into it. Your back straight, not too much buttocks up, as straight, like as though you want to do a push-up, one of these. So this is where you go. And then you could intensify by going faster. Or you could actually do side mountain climbers. Right. From here, if you really want to get intense, you could hold a plank for at least a minute each time. So this is my plank, and you could try it at home. And you hold for a minute, and within that minute you could actually switch it up by doing some of these, and please remember to breathe. Your muscles need air as well, so breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. So you could do this 4 sets of planks into mountain climbers, into the side planks, side mountain climbers. Repeat this after 1 minute break each time. And don't forget to breathe and drink a lot of water. Remember, the trick to staying fit is regular exercise and healthy food choices, all aimed to keep you self-centered to grab all the great opportunities coming your way. So thanks for viewing, everyone, and back to the ladies in the Sisterhood.
Well, ladies, that leads us to our word of the week. What is the one word you want to take into next week that will focus you, motivate you, and keep you grounded? Daniela, you're up.
Well, my word, without a shadow of a doubt, is love.
Love.
Yes. Love, okay.
Yes.
After
Great.
the show today, I think it's so important that everyone watching, not just the parents, could be brother, sister, you know, the relationships around grandmother, everybody. Show a little love to your children. Don't be so hard on them. Sometimes they might make a mistake, you know, you'll get angry. But this week, move forward and be positive.
Love.
Yes.
Love.
I would actually stick with the the positive side. I'd go with uplifting. Too many times based on the topic today too, you always tend to put down people for their mistakes, and I think now is the time to uplift somebody. Sometimes you never know. Girl, you're looking real good today. You know,
Give a
something like that.
compliment.
Yes, and even your child, you know, they make a mistake. Don't worry, you could do better. So just be uplifting. I think that's my word.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Lady.
wonderful.
Well, my word is self-awareness. We must be aware of ourselves. Let us take some time to understand what is my view, what I think about myself. Too many times we base how we feel about ourselves on how other people feel about
Yeah,
us. So let us be aware of self.
That is so
I
wonderful.
love
I like
that.
that. Oh God, there's so many words, but now that these words have come here, I think based on self-awareness, and I think my word for the week is confidence. I think I with that self-awareness, have confidence in the choices you make, and make a choice, and have confidence in the parenting that you're doing. Look at the positive and have confidence and go through brave with what you're doing. I think that will solve, you know, don't be wishy-washy then. Confidence.
My word would be vision. I think parents need to have a vision for their children. You know, where you're seeing your child, have it in your eyesight, in your third eye, where I want to see my child, how they're dressing, how they're walking. Have a vision for that child, share it with that child, and value. I love value too. Value your time with your family and your friends and your child. Value it. So those are my 2 words. Anyway.
Love that. I want to thank everybody for viewing and to extend a special invitation to you to join the Sisterhood group. It is totally free, and we want you to be part of this movement.
Yes. The intention is for us to form a large, powerful group of ladies who will come together in the sisterhood to communicate, collaborate, and celebrate each other.
Yes, it's very easy to join. Just log on to thesisterhood.com and click Join the Sisterhood, or go to the Sisterhood Foundation of Trinidad and Tobago page on Facebook, and you will find the Join the Sisterhood form.
We want this to be more than just a weekly television show, but a movement that can make the lives of women, not only in Trinidad and Tobago, but the region, be better by coming together and communicating and collaborating and celebrating and educating our greatness as Caribbean women in this world.
Oh, yes, and I want to thank everybody who tuned in today. We'll be back next week, same place, same time. Remember, we also want you to get your Sisterhood bracelet, people. It's a 7 chakra and lava stone diffuser bracelet. That means you can add your fragrance to the lava stones and the 7 chakra semi-precious stones. They're said to have healing powers. Right? So you have to get one of
I'd
these.
like to have one of these.
Yes, lady, we have one for you for sure.
Thank you. We also want you to look out for our live Sisterhood Empowerment events coming up soon.
Yes, we are really excited that the Sisterhood is here, and we have so many great topics to share with you, and we hope you will be able to learn something from the experience of the sisters.
Well, that's it for this week, people. That's it. You know, we're done already for this week's episode.
Already?
Yes, already. So join us
Had a
next
good time.
week for much,
Thank
much
you.
more. Thank you so
So much for being here, lady, sharing your knowledge and all of that.
Thank
And as we always say here, people,
Let's
let's take care of each other, TNT. Bye.